Satnam, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to my channel. Let's see what's happening. I'm feeling like I was like I'm feeling it now, like a lot of uncertainty, and I'm thinking about like feeling a lot of like uncertainty today personally too, but not like in a bad way. Like it's kind of like not feeling it, but being met with uncertainty, but then like alchemizing it on the spot, right? So there's this energy I feel. There, I feel like there's this energy like of becoming a new you, being a new you, like a new version of yourself. Okay, so like I feel like your current state is changing. You're changing into a new version of yourself. You're changing into something better. I feel okay. Queen of Swords, but I like obviously we're on the ascension path. We're on this path of like knowing thyself, blah blah blah, right? But I feel like this has a lot to do with your mind. This has a lot to do with how you choose and what you choose. The Queen of Swords is like often like, I'm hearing boundaryless, but the Queen of Swords is a card about boundaries, right? So it's kind of like you have this very strong boundaries with yourself, with your shadow self in regards to, uh, instead of like knowing your limitations, you're knowing your restrictions, like you've become very like intimately aware of your own personal restrictions, or where you feel not free, or where you feel unsafe or something like that, to such an extent that you can now like firmly place boundaries within yourself to like disallow those kinds of maybe patterns or thought forms or whatever to be in your reality, to have an effect on you or your reality or something like that. Three of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Very interesting. Yeah, like a new version of you for sure. Nine of Swords, Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Star, King of Swords. I can't wait to go to sleep. It's actually like almost 1 in the morning. Been a lot of traveling and meeting magicians, as my friend would call them. Yeah, magicians with this Ace of Wands, right? Oh my god, this energy. This new version of you is it's almost like maybe the exact opposite of what you like used to be. So this Nine of Swords with the Ten of Wands is giving me that exact energy of like almost uncertainty, like again maybe being uncertain because of past trauma, or like for some of you, you might be dealing with like health issues, like your body is really like you're feeling the adjustment of your body to the ascension energies, right? It's almost like I'm starting to forget, because I'm thinking like, what is this message about? But like, it's almost like I'm starting to forget the insecurity. I'm forgetting the forgetfulness. This new version of yourself that is emerging is something or somebody very 456, very worthy of being celebrated, very not just worthy, but very experienced in being celebrated. Okay, not just accepted but celebrated. So it's kind of like, again, the self-imposed uncertainty or the self-imposed like insecurities, right, that you might feel sometimes in regards specifically to your own personal power, or how bright you are, or how like powerful you are, how capable you are. These self-imposed insecurities are becoming some kind of a, like, it's becoming the opposite of that. Like there's this energy of, like, I'm feeling a little bit like confused almost, like I'm trying to really pinpoint an energy, but it feels like I can't pinpoint something. But like maybe that is part of this insecurity, like thinking you're not going to be able to do something or understand something. The self-imposed like non-victor consciousness that you had been dealing with since maybe forever, your whole life, is turning into the exact opposite. So this Ace of Wands is even giving me some kind of ego trip energy, quite honestly. But I call it the God ego, because like there's such a big difference between human ego and God ego. Uh, you are like, and like we also spoke about like the ugly duckling tonight. There's something about like you experiencing the exact opposite of your greatest fears. So your greatest fears are, how do I say this, like it's almost like your higher self or the universe wants to show you how like powerful you are by proving your greatest fears wrong. Okay, the reason I feel like why your insecurities and shit are coming up is because your greatest fears are only there, they're only fears because of insecurities you have, because of attachments you have, right? But like I feel like this is some kind of amazing grace being given to you by God or the universe, as in like you thought you were doing shadow work by experiencing your greatest fears, but let me show you that not only weren't they your greatest fears because they only existed because of your attachment, but I'm going to show you my grace by allowing you to once again experience the exact opposite of your greatest fears by having your greatest fear not come true or something like that. This is like very beautiful energy. I'm feeling a lot of grace, a lot of compassion, a lot of like, whew, like Kuan Yin almost energy. Okay, it's this energy of, yes, it's just grace, like grace. Also, like it flows in with that energy. I swear, when I said something about no longer getting to know yourself through your shadow, but getting to know yourself through your light. That's grace being given to you or something. Like you're gonna understand that, like you know how like when you go through a healing, like in hindsight you're like, oh, that wasn't even that big of a deal actually, because ultimately it liberated me, it empowered me, blah blah blah. You're gonna understand once again, like your biggest fears were stemming from you feeling not powerful or feeling inadequate, whether this fear was losing a loved one or not being successful. It doesn't really matter what the fear was. It was coming from some kind of place of inadequacy. And this might seem so like mundane or whatever, but this realization is really propelling you into a new version of you, okay? And very specifically when it comes to um, very specifically when it comes to, like, it's almost like the energy is leaving me or like disappearing or like not wanting to be expressed. this I feel like a lot of your fears and insecurities, again, which are self imposed, like, are stemming from some kind of, like, again, a forgetfulness. And it might be showing up a lot in your reality. It's like, because like, if you're in a perfect flow, then you can't forget something, right? You can't misplace something because that wouldn't be a perfect flow, you know? Maybe, like, it's interesting, like, your biggest fear might have been subconsciously, even that you would be unable to hold the frequencies that you have been shown, or something like that, that you would be able to hold on to the power or the light, the enlightenment, or something. So wow, yeah, like, you're about to see that, like, that is not your biggest fear, blah blah blah. But I don't know, it's like you're like, God is showing you your God is healing your belief of a lack of power, 1111, by giving you more power, by giving you more freedom, something like that. There's just this, like, very, like, like when I think about this energy and, like, how it would affect your life, you would just, like, sit back and be like, like, giggle at yourself, because, like, like, you were your biggest enemy all along, but not really, kind of, like, energy. I hope I'm making sense. You're just propelling into a much, like, grand master vibe, uh, aspect of yourself. You might even like you might even be afraid of this, like God showing you that grace running out. You might be afraid of running out of grace, or running out of, I don't know, alchemy capability, or running out, like I feel like you might even think that this kind of manifestation, like God showing you your biggest fear, is untrue by giving you the exact opposite. You might feel like it's too good to be true, the Empress, Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. But you're about to see the Emperor, yeah, Six of Wands. You're about to see that you are exceptionally held by grace. I can't explain it any other way, okay? And grace is like, probably, it's a very beautiful energy, a very beautiful consciousness of, like, perfection, you know? Your biggest fears are being proven false by giving you by God giving you the exact opposite. But, like, that's profound. Like, I hope that sinks in for you, okay? The Hermit, Knight of Wands. Thank you so much, guys. That was your reading. I really hope that resonated. It feels a little bit confusing and forgetful-y. But again, like, that feels like some kind of self-imposed, maybe rigidity or something. Interesting. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. That's for another reading. Thank you for liking, subscribing, donating, contacting me for a personal reading in session. Everything is in the description box down below. If you're interested in crystal bracelets with a 20% discount, that's in the description box down below. Yeah, guys. Again, I will probably be sending the readings through tomorrow. It's just been very, like, chaotic, a couple of days, okay? Like, a lot of changing of locations, and I like to be very present and almost, like, settled when I do the readings. But I'm starting to get a hang of, like, not needing or attaching to that even. This tiredness all of a sudden, like, just left me. Like, a heaviness just left me all of a sudden, okay? I will see you again tomorrow about a potato to go. Or later today, because it's already tomorrow for me.